Hey, this is Joe with that hashtag show. I am with one of my favorite Rangers, actually, Dan Ewing, who played Dillon in Power Rangers RPM. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you? And how are you guys? I know you can't respond, but hello. I hope you're well.
Well, we're here at YesterCon. This is your first con, actually.
It is actually. I've just been just sadly sort of unavailable to come to these things. Well, I'm an actor, so it's good to be unavailable because I was busy. But it's nice to finally get out here and speak to the fan base, finally.
Are you out here now? Or is this your home base now?
My wife and I like to be based out here because the shows that are in Australia are a bit popular. So the fan base is pretty intense. So we find it a bit more quiet out here in the lovely suburbs. But yeah, we're based here now.
That's funny, actually. I posted a picture of you and me when we met at the Blood Punch movie premiere, and I got a lot of not Power Ranger fans, but fans of you and your character.
Yeah. It's for Home and Away you're talking about. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I think the States is one of the only countries that the show doesn't air, but it's an international show. I mean, it's the internet, so there's always sort of ways of finding stuff that you want to watch online. Legally or not illegally, don't do it illegally. Dan Ewing does not suggest you download anything illegally. But yeah, so I think it's just amazing. Like, and you meet fans from all over the world, and it's a great show.
Your season of Power Rangers and RPM, you guys kind of had more of a darker theme, more post-apocalyptic, and it was going in a direction, because I actually didn't even know Power Rangers was still on when I actually saw a few episodes. I was like, wow, this is completely not what I remember, and I got hooked almost immediately. How was that playing Dillon for you, at least in the beginning? We'll talk.
I very lucky. I like grittier, edgier sort of projects. So for me, I was always going to struggle with the. I'm not going to say cheese because it's not cheese. It's just that sort of kids show tone, that sort of stuff.
Power Ranger tropes.
Yeah, and like the bright spandex and all that sort of stuff. So it was great for me just to bring it back a few notches, and I really think the older fans really liked it. I mean, I'm certain they did because of the feedback I got. And we still brought it in the kids the kids rating. So in Australia it's a G. I'm not sure what that means out here, but it's a kid. So it wasn't rated any more severe technically or anything like that. But obviously the tone was different. And I think most kids these days have cell phones and credit cards and all that sort of stuff. So I think for the show to keep getting better and better and better, I think they've got to keep bringing that edge into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it felt like your season was one of the first seasons that the show grew up with its audience, which is kind of weird. But it was like Power Rangers meets Mad Max. A little toned down, but Mad Max nonetheless. That's
it, yeah. Eddie, our great EP, he certainly had a bit of. He's a Mad Max fanatic.
Is he really?
So, fanatic. And there's a bit of Snake Plissken in there as well. So from Escape from New York and Escape from LA. So yeah, there's a definite Mad Max thing in there as well. Yeah.
That's great. I talked to Ari when we did an interview with him, and I wanted to know, because I know Eddie left the show prematurely. Do you know the direction that he was going to take the show in after everything had happened?
I think obviously it would have ended slightly different because we had, I think it was Chip's storylines towards the end of the film. Look, I'm not sure they would have been that, they wouldn't have been that much more drastic, you know what I mean? Because it is still, you got to respect the younger audience and what the other shows had set up. I don't know the specific storylines of it. I know it would have been different to what Chip wrote. But look, either way, I think the actors sort of made the best of the situation, and it wasn't easy. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't an easy thing to do, but I think we did the very best we could.
Yeah, I mean, I almost felt like in the Disney era of Power Rangers, they were almost, in a way to me, they were morphing your character of Dillon to be like the new Tommy almost. I felt like the new, the new guy. It seemed like. Did you get a sense of that? Because it kind of seemed like the rug was pulled out from under that towards the end.
The Dillon and Tanaya storyline was obviously very heavy towards towards the end as well, which is great for me because the character arc was fantastic. I know in the Disney era, so to say, it was kind of the one and done sort of thing. Like the Rangers would do a series and they'd make something new and disappear. I mean, obviously there's the whole marketing side and it's a business, so the new toys, new uniforms, and I get that completely. I personally would have loved to have continued that and just see and even if Dillon pops up now, I think he's one of those sort of iconic sort of badass Rangers that, and it's, I mean, look, and it's a tonal thing. It's not like you couldn't put Dillon in the new one, but I think it'd be cool to, you have Dillon put in with the sort of, I'm not going to say cliche because that's the wrong word, but you know what I mean? Like the range, they are a little bit more, they're a bit more of an homage to the older sort of Rangers. So to put Dillon in with them, I think it would be a really cool thing to say. Yeah, cool thing to see for this.
Have your cast come back in general would be really awesome.
I don't know if Rose and Rose and Adelaide and now Ika and I'm more film based, so it might be easier. But getting us all in the one place might be tough. But I think they'd be silly not to try to get someone in there. I mean, I think Ika did a voice for Red Ranger.
His Red Ranger.
Yeah. So, but I think he wasn't in the suit. I know that. I can tell when it's Ika in the suit because he's hating it. I would happily come back as Dillon. I'd like to explore it with the under the Saban umbrella for sure. I think Dillon is more of a Saban type character. I think. Which would be great. I think it might be a little tough to get us all in the one spot and to get us together. I would love for it to happen. I doubt it, but it's just about who's available. And I'm sure most of the cast would happily come back and and even if it's just for one episode, give it a go. It'd be good fun.
Dan, how good's your Power Ranger knowledge?
I think you're about to test me, so let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's find out. What is your character's last name?
To be honest, I'm not sure Dillon even had a last name. I don't even know if Dillon was his name.
Very good point.
See, I mean, I'm pretty sure Tanaya wasn't Tanaya before she was taken.
Last name's probably not Seven.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I honestly, I don't even recall if Dillon is his real name. Maybe we need a flashback prequel season episode.
That would be awesome. Actually, I would love to see that. What city did your season take place in?
The city of Corinth.
I knew you were gonna get that one.
There we go. Or imagine if I didn't.
How did your season's theme song go?
Oh,
Ari did a great rendition of this, by the way.
No way. I honestly can't remember. I'm not a musical person. I almost remember the Japanese one better because it was just so funny to us. Like the Japanese guys.
It went Power Rangers, RPM, get in gear. That's all.
There you go. Yeah. I know, now I remember. This guy.
I do know. If you, what were your in the first season had putties. What were your henchmen called? Do you remember?
Grinders.
Oh, good job. No.
Funny. So in Australia, shout out to my gay and lesbian friends. Grindr is an app for gay and lesbian people to meet in Australia. So it was there you go.
I think that's here in America as well.
Was it really? Okay, well there you go. To everybody get on Grindr, have a great time, enjoy yourselves. I'm a married man, I can't.
Next question. If you can choose any 5 Rangers to be on your Power Ranger team that aren't in your cast, who would you choose?
Amy, Joe.
Amy Jo Johnson all the way.
So sexy.
You did have a great story earlier.
Look, she's just like when I was a young boy growing up, she was my favorite. Definitely.
So if this Power Ranger reunion happens, you want to make sure that Amy Jo Johnson.
My team for sure, dude. For sure. I think Richard Brad Catasano from Mystic Force, just because he and I are buddies, that would just be hilarious. I think you got to have the greatest one of all time, Jason David Frank. I think that would be cool. And he's a legit martial artist too. He's not some Ponzi actor pretending. 3.
We'll say Amy Jo. That's 3.
Yeah. So that's 3. We got to have the other Aussie in there. The actress's name is the lovely blonde lady. She's Australian.
Named all. Who?
She played Kat, the blonde. She was in one of the original series. There was an Australian.
Oh, Kat, Catherine Sutherland.
Yeah, sorry.
Kat. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, there you go. See, so I'm not crazy. I could be. And after spending some time with Rhett, I'm going to say Rhett now because he was hilarious.
Right on. That's your Power Ranger team. When can we expect to see you in more of these? Or can we expect to see you in more of these?
Definitely. Look, if I'm not filming something, then I'm here. Like I've wanted to do these for years, but it's just a matter of being available and being able to come out. So, it's nice. So obviously the big one, Power MorphCon, is next year.
Hoping for a RPM reunion, I hope. And your producer Eddie. Eddie would be great there too.
Yeah, Eddie would be great, and the fans would have it and obviously talking to producers and writers who are just they're so talented. I always love picking their brains because they are geniuses how they put it all together. We're just the meat puppets. We have no idea what we're doing. But yeah, look, a reunion would be great. I mean, I think definitely Ari and Mike Jin will be there. Mike Jin is probably still there from last time. He loved it. But yeah, I think the more of us can get there, the better. And we certainly appreciate the fan base. So more than you guys know. I mean, we get busy at times and you blink and you haven't seen your family in 4 months. But we certainly appreciate the fan base and what you guys do.
We appreciate you for coming out all the way across the other side of the world, pretty much.
I do live here now, so I came across LA.
Well, hey, listen, driving through those freeways is no joke.
It is no joke. You guys have a new level of traffic out here, I'm telling you.
So he braved the traffic to be out here. Thank you so much. It was an honor talking to you, meeting you.